Aloha, it's your boy Frank, and I couldn't wait to do this episode. Now, E3 Day 2 happened, the Sony press conference, Ubisoft press conference, PC gaming press conference, and boy, did we get a lot of great news. We're gonna start it off with some soft ones, Ubisoft, then we'll move into the PC stuff, which I can't wait for, and finally, we'll cover the PlayStation VR games. Now, get ready for some amazing entertainment. First up, I gotta talk about it. I know it's not VR, but I can't wait for FarCry 5. Seeing that gameplay made me even more excited. Now, I know it's a FarCry game. It's probably gonna be like most of the other FarCry games, but hey, I love them and I like this setting and theme. Now, other than that, we didn't get much for VR from Ubisoft except for the Transference, which looks interesting. I mean, it's got Elijah Wood, so it's got Elijah Wood. And it looks like you're jumping into memories of old people, some kind of mixed gameplay with 360 video, and I think there's puzzle solving. Hey, it looks interesting. I'm excited to check it out. Everything Ubisoft's been putting out so far has been pretty great, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, on to the PC, to PSVR games. And first on that list is Raw Data. Yes, I can't wait to play this one. I never got the chance to play it on my Oculus when I had it for about a week, and I never got to try it on a Vive, but I have heard nothing but great things. This baby on a Steam store in 1 month jumped to #1 and made about $1 million in donations, which is pretty crazy. You have a beautiful story-driven sci-fi game, amazing gameplay mechanics with both a sword and gun, and I think you get different characters, online co-op modes, and the PC version's getting PvP soon, which means we'll probably get PvP in the future, so what more can you ask for? Can't wait to check this out, and it's coming to us this summer. Now, that game looks great. Don't get me wrong, can't wait to play it, but you know what else we're getting? Superhot! Finally! If you ever saw my Superhot stream when I played, I can't wait to get my hands on this game. And not only that, they said a couple of weeks, so I don't have to wait too much longer. I love this one. When you move, time moves. When you don't move, time stops. And it's so much fun to play this one. So much fun to show this one off. This is great to demo for everyone, I promise you. If you played the version on PC, it does it no justice. It's cool, but this one is beautiful. You gotta check it out. All right, now finally, what we've all been waiting for, the Sony Showcase. Yes, Sony did an amazing job at E3. I think they deserve a beautiful round of applause. Not only did Sean Linden dress up for the occasion, but he killed it as a public speaker. Now the Uncharted game looks great. SpiderMan, I can't wait to get my hands on. God of War, don't even get me started. And then PSVR titles galore. Now, I don't talk about standard games, but I'm excited about most of the standard games they showed. And now we're gonna talk about a lot of the but now we're gonna talk about VR games. All right, first up, and let's get this out of the way, but guess what? We got Skyrim. Yeah, I know everybody knows it by now, but I can't wait to play this one. As I told you guys the other day, I'm doing a world record attempt for most time spent in VR soon, and I think Skyrim is gonna be that game, because I could easily knock out 30 to 40 hours, no problem. It's gonna have the full game plus all the DLC for anybody that was worried. I believe there's gonna be full locomotion. It hasn't been 100% explained yet, and it's coming out November 7th of this year, so we're getting it way sooner than I thought. I'm so glad Bethesda is sticking to this talk about the game and release it soon thing, because more developers should be doing that. Now, I know all of us can't wait to jump back in the world. Honestly, when I heard it was coming out for Switch, I was like, okay, Skyrim for Switch, cool. But when I heard it was coming to VR, I thought, oh my God, Skyrim for VR, I can't wait. This is gonna be next level. I spent a bunch of hours with that game, but never finished it. And I think I finally might even finish it. So it's gonna be a whole heck of a lot of fun. I'm still overjoyed and still a little bit in shock because I can't wait to play it. Alright, next up on their list was Star Child, and this one looks interesting as well. It's coming from the same developers that did Lucky's Tale, which has sold phenomenally well on the Rift, and is even getting ported over to the Xbox, which means while Xbox is getting old generation VR games turned into 2D games, we're getting a new version VR game, so give yourself a pat on the back for that one. It looks like kind of a space platformer, third-person perspective, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun and very interesting. Next up, the Inpatient from Supermassive Games. Now, these are the wonderful developers that brought us Rush of Blood, and this seems to be the prequel to Until Dawn. I found a little article that said this one takes place in the same Sanatorium as the end of Until Dawn, so it seems like we're jumping back into that universe. Looks like kind of a horror mystery, kind of maybe puzzle solving, finding your way around game. Either way, I like the music from the trailer, and I'm very excited to hop in. Next up was honestly a big surprise, but after thinking about it a little, it doesn't surprise me as much. Final Fantasy is getting a fishing game. Yeah, Mob of the Deep. So that's our VR experience from Final Fantasy is fishing. You know what? I'll take it. We don't have a fishing game yet, and why not have a Final Fantasy themed one? It looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm sure there's gonna be move support, and I can't wait to hop in and try to reel me in a big one. Right now, and then next they talked about another game from Supermassive Games, same people from Rush of Blood, except now we're getting Bravo Team. Military first-person shooter with, I'm sure, aim support from the way the demo looked. Now, I don't know if it's gonna be online co-op, anything about it, but it looks like squad-based gameplay with cover mechanics, and I can't wait. This was such a great show. I mean, I was expecting a game or two, but so many games, plus all the PC announcements, I couldn't be happier for PlayStation VR. But we got more. They ended the show with Moss, another third-person platform, and it looks pretty cool. Puzzle solving, looks kind of Redwall-esque if you ever read those books, kind of mouse in a medieval setting, so I'm into it, I'm interested. I love platformers, always did, and VR just always adds to the experience. Now, outside of the showcase, I found out about one more game, and that is Legion Commander. This one is coming, another Chinese game, and all I really have is a screenshot behind me, but I'll scour for some more footage if I can. Looks like a medieval strategy game, so hey, at least we're getting more games. I'm excited. Also, we got some great news from CCP Atlanta. Spark, the new, I think it's 2v2 or maybe 1v1 action VR sports game, is gonna be exclusive to PlayStation VR at first. Now, I don't like exclusivity that much, but I'm happy because that way maybe people that are interested in it will get up a PlayStation VR and will just increase the community more. Now, the big thing about that game and me is I get to go check it out in the studios. Now, I'm gonna go, I think, second week of July, as long as I can get it all figured out with them. We're gonna try it out. We'll get some behind the scenes footage. We'll meet the people that made it, you know. We're gonna have a great time. I think this one's gonna be fun. And we've got some new gameplay. That's what's showing up behind me. So I'm excited to hop right in, like always. And finally, I thought the day was good enough, but you know what? We got even more great news. Farpoint is getting DLC. But when, Frank? When's the DLC coming? June 27th. Yes. Basically just 2 weeks away. We're gonna have some brand new DLC for Farpoint. Now these are gonna be the Cryo Pack. It is free. It's gonna have a new co-op level. It's gonna have some new challenge levels, and they're all gonna be snowy themed. And that's all we know so far. There might be more, but hey, we'll find out in just a couple weeks. I'm so glad they're giving us some DLC this early, and they're hiring a new narrative manager, so maybe they're working on even some more story stuff. I love Farpoint. I can't wait to hop in some more and have even more stuff to play with it. Now, before we leave, I have one little thing to talk about from yesterday. Now, I'm very excited about Doom VR, and a lot of people seem to be very negative in the comments. I understand that you want full locomotion in games, but to a degree, this one really does look like the teleport mechanic is gonna be cool. If you watch the gameplay, you'll see that the teleport doesn't black screen it. It actually kind of shoots you back and slows down time, so you can look around and maybe shoot someone over here while you're blasting from one spot to the next, which I'm actually interested in. And I did play a game called Damage Core on a Rift where you could jump from robot to robot, and as soon as that one was about to get destroyed, you jumped in another one and started shooting from them. And it was actually pretty interesting and pretty fun. So I have high expectations for Doom VR. I don't think they're gonna let us down, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So rethink how you feel about it. And I know Skyrim is a big thing, you're all happy about that, but I really think Doom is gonna be a whole lot of fun. Now, as always, I had a great day. I had an amazing day. The beginning of my day was all right. Also, we're getting a new camera for the channel. It's gonna be even better. But besides that, E3 happened. The Sony conference happened, which I've been waiting all year for. And I've been, to a degree, worried maybe we weren't gonna get enough love. But you know what? We got so much love. More love than I ever could have anticipated. And games that I didn't expect coming. I'm so happy with how today went, and I'm so glad that we're gonna have a great year. Now, let's hope they actually produce, because as we saw, remember we saw Gollum a couple years back and we still haven't seen that one, so hopefully we'll get some of these games sooner rather than later. But as always, thank you for coming through. You're the most beautiful audience in the world. Give yourselves a thumbs up, give yourselves a high five, give yourselves a round of applause. Hopefully you watch this video, go play some VR, and if you don't have one yet, hopefully this will help you grab one. As always, and if you're new to the channel, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe! I mean, come on! E3 was amazing. Thank you. Smooches.